Hi, I'm Miro. I'm a TNT champion.
This is Rachel Ellering, the queen of strong smile.
I'm Eric Bischoff.
Live events, all right? When the WWE comes on the holiday tour, when they come to Ireland.
Or Davy Boy without hair braids.
As a fan with braids, as his daughter without braids.
And you
Are watching
WrestleSlam.
WrestleSlam.
And you're watching WrestleSlam.
Right, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of WrestleSlam. Last night we seen Smackdown. Fans were back. It looked amazing. Vince McMahon came out and kept it very brief, but the crowd pop was incredible. Money in the Bank is this weekend. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Slammiversary. We're going to talk about Davy Boy Smith. His son Harry Smith is back after 10 years. Was not expecting that. And Georgia Smith's been a past guest on our show. So we'll have to track down Georgia and have a chat about that at some stage next week. I'm joined by Elizabeth, Jor, Matt and Phil as always. Don't forget to check out our interview with Moose. It's on YouTube ahead of Slammiversary as well today. First of all, guys, Smackdown last night looked really good. As you can hear, my throat's a bit sore. I kind of stayed up to watch it, and I was past my bedtime, so I didn't really sleep much. And I was shouting when Vince came out, which was pretty cool. Sure, it looked really cool in it to see Vince back. Obviously, the crowd were electric, even when they were singing "No Chance." It was surreal, wasn't it, to see the fans back?
Yeah, magic. I still have goosebumps. We were only after watching it a couple hours ago, so I'm still buzzing after watching it. It's just, you've seen with AEW with their fans for their last couple of shows. Fans are part of the show. It's been just big time for whatever it has been, 70 weeks or whatever they said it was for SmackDown. So
it's massive.
It could have been a terrible show, but you wouldn't have cared because the fans were there to distract.
Yeah, and Elizabeth, I seen on the website WWE.com, they were actually looking for the fans to vote for the best moment of what actually happened on SmackDown, and it turns out by a huge margin it was Finn Balor's return, and he's attacking Sami Zayn, and we all know kind of Finn is the good guy, you know what I mean? But clearly he was trying to mess up Sami, and it looks like he's having a little heel turn now, if you ask me. What was your take on the whole SmackDown and Finn coming back?
I loved it. As Jerry said, I was nearly emotional. Edge's pop, I was like, oh my God, they love him. They really love him. It was just, oh God, I was traumatized. But it was just so lovely to watch, regardless of what's gone on over the last 70 weeks. The difference the fans make. I felt it after AEW during the week, and SmackDown, I was just, oh my God, my heart was full, With regard to Finn Balor, I'm surprised at that result on the website. Reason being is because, and I felt this with a few of the entrances for the superstars last night, because I thought his entrance would have been louder. I thought he got a louder reaction, and I have a feeling they were maybe muting some of them to test the waters, because I thought he would have got more, because if you hear the difference between Edge's pop and someone like Finn Balor, who is beloved in the wrestling world, regardless of which promotion you support. So I kind of thought it wasn't as loud as I thought it would be, and Pat McAfee, you could tell he was super into it. I can't express my love for Pat McAfee. I want to be his friend, his one and only friend, and I want to dance and I want to sing with him and just, skip down the road together into happiness of friendship. He's fabulous. But I was just, compared to how he was, compared to what I was hearing, compared to what I was seeing, I kind of thought that the fans looked like they were more into it than it sounded they were. So I don't know, was that down to do with their production, or maybe they had a little bit of a control over that because, they want to control the narrative. But other than that, delighted to see Finn back on SmackDown, absolutely. I don't know whether it's a heel turn. I thought Sami came out quite heel and Finn came out with a big smile on his face. So, yeah, I'd be interested, but definitely won't say no to seeing a match between those two boys.
It'd be savage. And you're right with the crowd pop, as you say. Finn did sound that bit lower when he did come out, although, you know what I mean? It could have been the fact, look, the production team were doing something. You wouldn't know, maybe Vince would put him back to NXT after seeing the crowd pop. Finn, you get back to NXT.
We want our demon back.
Like Finn Snow's probably backstage saying, "Did you see my crowd pop? God damn it! That's what you need to have to be
Yeah.
on the top of the roster."
I was kind of betting on myself. Like when Finn Balor came back, I was like, "Oh, which Finn are we gonna put up with? Are we gonna put up with the old smalls Finn Balor happy out, or he's gonna mess everyone up like badly on from NXT?" And then I just saw the smile, and I'm like, "Oh, happy Finn Balor. We're gonna get happy Finn Balor. Happy bad."
Happy Finn. Happy Finn's a happy everyone. Phil, what's your take? Look, SmackDown, it's back. Crowds are back. Stadium looked really good. Setup looks pretty good. Digital visuals look pretty good. Obviously, they've had enough time to change things around and add a few things. What was your take on it? Out of 10, what would you give it?
Probably 9. Well, I'd never give anything 10, but probably 9.
Yeah.
It definitely, it was just so good. Like, it actually felt like a Raw after a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best way I could put it.
Yeah. And do you think it's going to last a while, Phil? Do you reckon this whole buzz will last for a couple of months, a couple of weeks? It'll phase out?
It'll last for as long as the stupid booking starts happening on Raw.
Yeah.
People are just going to get tired, and they should actually. I was only talking to my brother about it. They should start booing the shit out of the product.
Yeah.
So that they force into change, especially on Raw. Like SmackDown was really good, but on Raw, there's stuff on Raw that's just so pointless.
They'll have to change Raw soon, though. As you say, look, the draft is upon us, and that's what we're afraid of.
That's also the random call-up. Like, they also brought Aaliyah to Raw there recently, and it was like, I don't understand because she wasn't very good on NXT.
Yeah. They're panicking, clearly, but look, I think now the product, we all know what the product is, so the fact fans are back now, maybe we're going to see a lot of changes, you know? Maybe they just took the hit during the ratings.
It was nice to see Roman get booed.
Yeah, it was. But
I'm just laughing at Phil. You just said it with a huge smile. It's like, it's nice to see Roman getting booed. You're acting like an Irish man. It's nice to see you getting booed now, love.
Matt, what was your take, my man? Obviously, look, SmackDown is huge. We know how big it's been. Roman's pretty much carried it, like, and Cesaro, and look, everyone else on that roster. But what's your take on it? What did you think of last night?
Yeah, I feel like WWE needs to take notes or else for Raw, because this is flying over their heads. There's an airplane flying above me. I was trying to make a pun. But anyway, serious business anyway. I absolutely loved this week's SmackDown. I think it was probably the best SmackDown of this year so far. I think it was because of the fans and everything. Like, I think what actually made it for me probably wasn't even on SmackDown. It was Henry Boy Smith coming back.
Yeah.
Harry Smith coming back. When I saw him come back, I was like, I was surprised. I thought because I was happy out with him on the independent scene, but now he's back in WWE. I'm hoping they're going to do something well with him as a singles competitor. But and also I think this really did make Money in the Bank look good. I mean, the matches was okay, if you're going to ask me now, but it was still a good like final show before the next big pay-per-view of Money in the Bank. And of course, like you said before, the fans really make it. So I think like what Joe said, we can have the worst wrestling show, and the fans will still make it anyway. So that kind of made it for me. So I love this week's SmackDown anyway, definitely.
What did you think of this Baron Corbin GoFundMe page?
Love it, absolutely love it.
Amazing.
I won't be calling him happy fucking Corbin, like, but it was brilliant. Like, we were watching another show there earlier, and they were mentioning. Did you see whenever he mentioned having to move in with his wife's parents? Yeah. There was two lads in the crowd, and one of them pointed to the other, said, and if you lip read it, he was like, "That's what happened to you." So it was this with his friends. So he must have had to move in with his in-laws. I was like, "You sick fucker."
I tell you, lads, Baron's a good grafter. Like, he's done everything that's asked of him. Like, we know, obviously, look, he beat Kurt Angle, and he had a good little run. But like, I don't know. Like, I think Vince likes him. I really do think Vince likes him, and I think the fans actually deep down like him as well, to be honest.
The problem with him is he was forced onto us last 2019. He was just thrown in.
Yeah. He's really good. Like, he's like, as you said, like, I remember his intro was pretty cool. Like, a Golden Gloves champion, and like, I thought he was really good. Like, and even when he beat Angle, I remember, I think I remember looking at you, Phil, and saying, "You know what? I actually fucking like him. I know Angle."
Did you meet him over? Did you meet him over? You did.
Yeah, I met him in New Orleans, walking past us.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he just seems like a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy. Guys, speaking of, obviously, look, Money in the Bank. We have to get quick predictions. We're going to fire the predictions. It's obviously, a massive weekend for pay-per-views and stuff. So I'm going to go to Lashley versus Kobe Kingston. We obviously seen Lashley kind of give MVP that look. I don't know, is it going to be a little divide? I think Lashley might be going his own way. Is there any way that Kobe can beat him, guys?
No.
It's not happening.
Especially with the news that came out yesterday, no.
Yeah.
Then don't say it.
Don't break the
Don't
news
put it
yet.
out in the universe. Phil. We don't deserve it.
I don't think say it.
I think
Money in the Bank first.
yeah, there's a lot of history with the match itself. Like, people are actually afraid to say it because look, we all know when you say stuff, it gets picked up the wrong way. But it's the first two. Is it the first time?
Two black men have fought.
Black Americans, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, as we know, you have to
African Americans, not Sasha and Bianca.
Yeah. That's going to be incredible. Like, Ger, what you said yesterday in the Messenger, and I've got it right today. I always say WhatsApp for some reason, but Messenger with that Mania match with Kobe, Big E, and Xavier.
A New Day triple threat for the title, like.
It would make sense. Like, that would be brilliant. I think the fans would accept it. And then obviously Brock comes back the next day and wipes him out after 2 seconds. But
They can't keep, if Big E gets drafted to Raw, like, they got put back together again. It's just going to be the same thing over and over again. So if he does get drafted, he needs to. If he does win the briefcase and he gets drafted to Raw, like, he needs to be a heel.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
They teased the New Day getting back together, and then he destroys me.
I don't know though. Like, I think they're the biggest selling merch ever in the company, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They look at it that way as well. Like, But I think Jor's little prediction would be nice if that ever happened at Mania. I'd be well up for that. So I'm going to go to the matches quickly. We're going to fire up, right? So obviously, none of us think that Kobe's going to win the belt. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Is Charlotte Flair still in the doghouse, or is Rhea Ripley going to win the belt? Sorry, not win the belt. Is she going to defend the belt?
I think we said this before, but I kind of have a prediction after the match. Now, you probably hear this a load of times on the internet. Maybe Becky Lynch might come back at Money in the Bank and like have a face-off with whoever wins that match, like Rhea Ripley ideally Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch face-off, because we're pretty much done with Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch at this moment. But yeah, that's my prediction after the match. It's going to be Becky's going to come back.
Well,
that's me.
We see that picture of Becky there last week, and she looks like she's in really good shape. Super Mama. Elizabeth and Jor, what's your take on the match? Is Ripley going to retain, or is Charlotte going to be closer to record-breaking numbers as a champion?
No. Rhea
couldn't give
doesn't care.
a shit. I literally couldn't give one continental fuck, because I am so not invested in this story. I can't wait to see how the crowd reacts to both of their entrances and their matches, and hopefully that will give what do we call them? Creative a clear direction on what should be happening. Of course, Rhea should win, and Becky should come back on Monday Night Raw. She never lost her title. She had to rescind it. So, absolutely, I think that is what should happen. But I wish I was more invested in this, and I really hope it just ties up the bow on the gift, using that term loosely, that was Charlotte and Rhea, and that we have a clear feud going on, because it's so lackluster, and you can tell that nobody is invested in it. Nobody knows who the fuck is a heel, who's the babyface. There's just and the fact that it's Raw, the flagship show, and nobody gives a fuck about Charlotte Flair's match. Well, I say nobody, I'm saying me, but I don't think I'm alone, because that's kind of the vibe. But yeah, hopefully Rhea and Becky comes out on the Monday to get back her title.
Love it. Phil, what's your take, my man, on that match?
I'm going to say no finish again.
Yeah?
Yeah. No. I think they'll fight again. I think they're going to fight in the last woman standard match next.
God.
Watched it many times already.
Yeah. They have no one. I don't see Becky going to Raw because Seth's on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Naomi's on Raw, and the Usos are on SmackDown, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They've looked up a few couples recently.
The draft will tell us a lot. The draft is going to tell us a lot.
Most definitely. Reigns versus Edge, interesting match. I'm leaning towards Roman, given what happened on SmackDown last night.
Yeah.
Roman.
Yeah.
Surely we're going to finally have that dynasty of Roman being as champion, the Usos winning on the pre-show. Surely we're going to have that. Yeah. And we have the dynasty. Yeah. I'm not saying nothing about the women's one, because but yeah, surely that's what's happening.
I think so. AJ Omis versus the Viking Raiders. Surely Eric and Ivor are going to win the belts, guys. AJ and Omis, I don't think they're... I don't know, is their time up as champions, lads, as tag team champions.
I mean... I love AJ Styles. I'm a fan of him, but I'm not feeling his tag team run with Omos.
No,
look, I get it. Omos is like unstoppable, but like I think it's about time they should just drop the titles.
Yeah,
but that's just me. I want to see a proper tag team. I mean, no disrespect to Omos and AJ, they're great. Well, not a great tag team. I think Omos is like doing the work and AJ's in the background, but AJ is a great wrestler, and having someone else do his work kind of is like defeating the purpose for him. Like, so I want to see them dropping the title at least to the Viking Raiders. I haven't been following the Viking Raiders, but I want to pull for them just because I was like, just give them the titles, give them a proper tag team run, like a proper tag team, like.
Yeah. No, agree 100%. Money in the Bank, guys. We have 2 matches, obviously, for the briefcase. Ricochet, Morrison, Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, Keenan Nakamura, and Seth Rollins. Lads, there's a lot of money going on in Riddle to win this.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre. When you have Rollins, Nakamura, like if I was to say Ricochet or Riddle won this, it's probably the biggest push they're going to get, given the field of wrestlers in that match. Now, I'm looking at it, lads, and I think personally Big E and Drew McIntyre will be the last 2 on that ladder. What's your take, Joe, on this match, first of all? Who would you have, and how is it going to work? Like, it's obviously going to be a massive match, first of all. Some really good...
My fantasy booking was Riddle winning it.
Yeah.
And cashing in on Goldberg after he beats Lashley at SummerSlam, and Riddle becomes champion and gets his match with Goldberg.
It can happen, all right.
That's a fantasy thing, like, but you know, in WWE, if they fucking give it to Drew, I'm going to fucking snap.
Oh, mate, stop. But what Jerry just said there, that is long-term storytelling, as Phil was saying during the week. That is long-term storytelling. Do you know, like, that would be amazing if he cashed in on Goldberg. I'm traumatized at the thought of Goldberg beating Lashley. But I think that's brilliant. Yeah, love that. But I'm rooting for Big E.
Like, Riddle will make Goldberg look good.
He would,
yeah.
That's the thing. Like, that's the match for Goldberg, because Riddle is light. So Goldberg can jackhammer him. He could fucking do whatever he wants with him. Like, and Riddle will. There's probably respect there in the end. Like, but he will make Goldberg look good.
Yeah.
Goldberg would make Riddle though, because Goldberg only has 1 match this year left, or there was contract. So whether he wins or loses at SummerSlam, if he does face Bobby Lashley, that's the only match he's going to have. So if he does win the match,
it's going to be cashed in at SummerSlam then. So that's Goldberg.
Have Randy Orton run out RKO him. Fucking Riddle does the Bro Derek off the top rope, bang, boom, cashes in.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Or Brock Lesnar will just show up with his ponytail and like demolish everyone in the Money in the Bank, and then eats Goldberg and becomes new champion. That can also happen.
Brock is too busy eating dicks. Yeah. We're all in agreement, so that Riddle might be the winner.
Big E, I reckon.
Yeah.
Big E or Riddle. Yeah.
Big E.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Riddle's getting over with the fans, so I know we always say, oh, WWE doesn't really listen to the fans, but I can see him winning this match and getting at least a good push for himself, like, over the fans.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. The women's match, and I think we all have a little heart tug in this match because of who's in it, but Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Ash, Liv Morgan, Selena Vega, Natalia, and Tamina. So, like, look, I want Liv Morgan to win. People will want Alexa Bliss to win. People will want Nikki to win. Lads, what's your take? Phil, I'm going to go to you first. Who's got this one?
I want Nikki Ash to win, but I fear there could be shenanigans.
And in that sense, who's going to win it?
Sonya Deville.
Oh!
Wow.
And who does she replace?
Wow.
Either Natalia or Tamina.
What happens if she takes Liv Morgan out? We riot?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God. How over will it be if that happens?
Yeah.
It makes sense, like.
Yeah. And she wasn't on Smackdown this week, Sonya Deville, which was very surprising.
Yeah.
I didn't see her. What she was she normally some kind of appearance as a WWE official. So yeah, that adds fuel to Phil's fire. Oh, I'm invested.
Yes, you have me bought.
But Becky's another option as well.
Yeah, I think she won't. Yeah. Is Becky too big for that match? You know.
Or are they just going to do that Liv Morgan is attacking and who attacked her and drag it on for weeks?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I feel like Phil is like the mic dropper of this podcast, as in like he'll just like drop a random story, drops it, and we all just be here like, oh my God, that could happen. That could totally happen. So that's your nickname from now on, Phil, the mic dropper.
But Phil secretly works for Vince. Well, I've always said that.
Yeah. He's like the silent partner. There is no doubt. Do you know what I mean? Do you know? I'd say Tony Khan is on Tony Khan. What's his name? Nick Khan is on speed dial.
Yeah.
Like the one that annoyed my buddy years ago. I was like, you remember that Undertaker horse match?
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, John Heinrich's going to get out of the back of it. Watch out.
You were right.
Oh, he was actually livid watching it. He was like, Taker's going to win this.
Yeah.
It was funny, like.
It's good. I think that theory works for me anyway. I think it definitely.
Well, they could just drag it out for weeks that she was taken out, and it'll just be Sonya then who done it.
Yeah. No, interesting.
They are going to have a match at SummerSlam. I think it's Liv and Sonya at SummerSlam are going to have a match, a one-on-one match.
Hopefully it's not as bad as Sonya and Mandy this year. Was that last year?
Well, yeah, Mandy knows in the NXT by the looks of it, which is interesting. I want to send our wishes to Bayley. Obviously, Bayley's after the operation. Now it looks all legit. Now I believe that she is injured. I kind of queried it last year. So Bayley, all the best. Also, Bray Wyatt. There was a lot of tweets to Bray this week, and he says he misses all the fans too. So we know Bray's going through a tough time. Yeah. So just remember, it's okay not to be okay. And Bray, we hope we see you back soon, my man. I'm going to quickly go to Slammiversary. It's going to be interesting. There was a match pulled. We still don't know exactly why, but we have Omega versus Sammy. Phil, what's your take on that match in a quick shout? Who's going to win?
I want Sammy to win so badly, but I think Omega's going to win.
You do.
Yeah.
John, what's your take?
Omega. I like Sammy, but I don't think he's ready to be champion just yet.
Yeah. This same take, even though you don't like Omega, and I don't. Well, I don't mind him. He gave me some time back in the day, but look.
It galls me to say it, but I'm kind of in agreement with the old ball and chain here that Sammy's not the one to take the title. Moose should have been the one to take the title, but anyway, I don't think Sammy is the one to take the title, and it galls me to say it, but oh my God.
Yeah. No, I agree. Matt, who'd you have, my man?
Literally a few minutes ago, a crow flew over my head. So I think that's a sign Sting might show up out of nowhere. But anyway, look, I'm just gonna have to go with Sammy for this one. I feel like Kenny, he's more invested with AEW. I said this before. He's just champion because he wants to show that he is one of the best wrestlers at the moment. Sorry, Liz. Sorry. But I think he should just get ready. I think he should really drop the title. I can't say it should definitely beat Sammy, but I'm at this point where he's like, just drop the title to someone, man, and you're going to make yourself look good. So, and focus on Hangman Page, because we're all invested with Impact at the moment, mainly because of Omega and because of this open doors business. But yeah, I'm going to go with Sammy on this one.
Love it. Speaking of open door, Deonna is fighting. Should be announced. Surely it's Britt Baker.
I'd love if it was.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be fab if it was.
I'm convinced of this, to be honest.
I think Mickey James.
Yeah. Is it the only? I can't think of anyone else. I literally cannot think of anyone else.
Was she not in the NWA as well?
She is, yeah, but I think they're partnering up.
Yeah. She's doing good over in NWA as producer for the women's division over there, yeah? Yeah, so.
People on for this women's pay-per-view. This women's only pay-per-view, so she's obviously going to go to Impact and get as many people from there as possible.
Well, it'll be interesting to see who does happen and who does come out.
The Iconics, and also the Chelsea Green is going to be fighting.
Yeah, they're all going to be there for sure. Yeah. And we might see Daniel Bryan as well. Moose didn't break a sweat, but he did say something that had me very, very intrigued. I was like,
there's a massive rumor Austin Aries is coming back to Impact.
Yeah. Tonight's the night we're going to see 2 or 3 definitely returning.
Austin Aries.
Oh, Austin Aries. I thought you said Austin Theory.
Yeah. Interesting. Sabian versus Moose. I'm going to opt for Moose.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah. I think we're doing this thing. If you're a guest on the podcast, we're pulling for you in a match. We're pulling for Moose anyway, but Moose definitely.
Yeah. Josh Alexander, myself and Joe know Josh quite well. Petey Williams, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Chris Bay. Rohat has been on the show as well, by the way, so we have to kind of root for Rohat. I'm going to go for Josh Alexander. He's on fire at the moment.
He should win, but a Chris Bay win wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Interesting. That's why we're so debatable. Eddie Edwards versus W. Morrissey. Surely Morrissey's going to win that match. He's on a massive push.
Morrissey all the way.
Morrissey's going to beat Omega. He's going to be the champ.
I think so too, yeah. That's what I said last week. So I'm quickly going to go to AEW, guys. Yet again, my God, Mr. Black. I was hoping you'd say that.
I have one criticism about it because I just thought it was too Bray Whitey.
Did you?
Yeah. It was pure Aleister Black stuff from WWE. They just brought his character and just put it in AEW and said, off you go.
He's done more in 2 weeks. He's done more in 2 weeks than he's done in his entire career in the main roster of Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
Exactly.
NXT, he was incredible, Aleister Black, but like as you say, the last 2 weeks on All Elite Wrestling, he has been fucking.
I thought Cody
you'd say that. Bang.
Cody Rhodes was outstanding this week.
He is.
Yeah.
We've seen all these little memes going around what Cody Rhodes thinks he is, and then you know what I mean. I'm not going to go into it. Do you know what I'm on about? But like, yeah, look, Cody's the man. I love him, and he's always been good in the ring and you know with the fans and stuff. So
there's one thing I picked up on, right? Are they going to turn Jungle Boy heel, or what's the story?
What was
I
that?
can't see.
Did you not see that facial expression?
Oh my God, he threw such a dirty side eye to fucking Christian Cage. I was like, no, he's just got in a relationship. He's the most over little baby face. Don't you dare turn him heel. Do you know?
We don't want Hollywood Jack.
No, and as well as that, is it believable?
Not really, no.
I don't think it will have to. No. If they're going that way, I don't think it's going to have the effect that they think it will for him turning on Christian Cage. I really don't. I was kind of like, what? This makes no sense. You know, there was no like, oh, I can see what this is, but I was just like, what? Don't be throwing him dirties now. Come on.
Christian might.
I mean, stranger things can happen. Like, I can't see Jungle Boy turning heel, but maybe AEW might work their magic in some way. But at the moment, I can't see him turning heel because Jungle Boy turning heel, saying it out loud is just, to be honest.
Yeah, kids, to be honest, like, many a kid that's grown up today wants to be Jungle Boy, you know? Go and shoot the woods of the north side and the south side of Cork. And
sure, look at my background. I'm kind of in the jungle. I want to be in the Jungle Boy. And I'm like 5 years old. I'm like 4 years older than him. But anyway.
Yeah, no, he's iconic. He's iconic. Lads, I'm quickly going to mention as well, I know I should have said it at the start of the show, but Triple H and Stephanie meeting the fans outside yesterday, that to me was just incredible. And I know Stephanie's very good that way. I know she's really close to the Mania Club. But it was just incredible to see that they were there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Getting pictures with everyone. That's just telling you how much they love the business.
Yeah. You're firing everybody up before the show.
Yeah.
See it like, it really is. And I know Stephanie's very good fans. I know that for a fact.
I'm surprised that there were more people out there with them. Like, it wasn't just them. I thought they would have had some of the rest who weren't on the show. They were just dark match people. Like, who might have been out there.
Yeah, they might have been afraid in case there was a little breakout, you know. They weren't going to take the full chance. Lads, honour as always, having a great show. In Cork right now, we've experienced our 2 hottest days of the year. Today is going to be another one. Enjoy your day. To all the fans tuning in every week, thank you for
best of luck to everybody OCC on Sunday.
Oh yeah, Belfast. Yeah. All the results. That's one thing we will be talking about next week, and we have a special guest on soon as well. So do stay tuned. They're very busy at the moment organising for a massive show. Talks that Aoife Valkyrie and Jordan Devlin were spotted in Dublin. I don't know if that's something to do with OTT or not, but look, either way, we're going to make sure all the results are posted on the Facebook page, WrestleSlam Podcast. Do check it out. Guys, have a good day. Enjoy the weather, and I'll catch you all soon.
Bye, guys.
Hey, guys.